It is my last day in a third world prison. And the prison guards and the immigration officers are being as verbally abusive as possible and highly manipulative and nasty. Yeah, I'm following the instructions that the U.S. Embassy told me to follow the day before. The Central Belize prison officers and immigration is not following protocol and are purposely being nasty and verbally abusive. Fun times. Um, so I took my time and went through all my stuff like I was supposed to. I noted that my US driver's license was not noted in the inventory checklist and I can't find it in my wallet. It's nowhere to be found. After I don't know, it felt like time was like moving in molasses time because I'm being screamed at. I'm not being figurative here. I'm being screamed at by the Belize immigration officer, and I'm being berated by the Belize Central Belize prison staff. So I took my time though because I knew it was very important because I'm following the U.S. Embassy's instructions. I did what I was supposed to do. I went through all my stuff. I noted that I could not find my driver's license. I repeatedly asked for them to call the U.S. Embassy because that's what the U.S. Embassy instructed me to do. Everyone refused to do it. The immigration officer who was holding his phone and playing on it the whole time said that I couldn't use his phone. The Central Belize prison said I couldn't use their phone. No one would let me call the U.S. Embassy. So in the meantime, I kept searching for my driver's license. And then lo and behold, I found it had been stuck in some like random pocket in one of my book bags, like some little pocket. There was a bunch of business cards and my driver's license that had been taken out of my wallet originally, but not put back. They had just stuck it in some other random pocket in my book bag, and as a result, also did not write it in the inventory, my driver's license. So I found it, thank God, and I said, "Thank you, God, thank you." And I said, "God, please forgive them, for they know not what they do." And when I said that, only one of the prison guards looked like they had a conscience. They like looked at me. I just kept going. Just kept staying focused, kept breathing, and regardless of the constant yelling and berating and the threats, I just continued packing my stuff up. So I packed my stuff up. The immigration officer, they gave me, what happened? For some reason, the stuff that they gave back to me, my stuff wasn't in the original bag that I had it in, and they gave me this garbage bag that was so flimsy that if I put anything in it, it would start tearing holes in it. And I was like, "Hey, like this garbage bag is tearing apart." I was like, "Where's the original bag that my stuff was in?" Nobody would answer me. And so if I tried to pick up the bag would just tear up and all my stuff would fall on the ground. So they would stand around me and scream and yell at me to hurry up, that I need to make my flight. And I'm like, "But the bag you gave me is tearing apart. I can't carry my stuff in it." They didn't care. The immigration officer refused to help me carry my stuff to his car. So I just took my time. I kept breathing and I just collected everything in my arms, grabbed my tote bags, and started walking out with him. When I got to the truck, I put my stuff in the truck. The whole time he's berating me, screaming at me, yelling at me. Very much like the abuser, The 3 years of domestic violence that I lived through. Yeah, great. So I'm staying focused, and I'm like, hey, like I don't see my cell phone in my hard drive. I said, where is it? Where is it? I think it was left in the police station when I was trying to find my driver's license. I think it was pulled out of the bag. And he's screaming and yelling at me. And I said, can you please hold on? I need this hard drive. Because the hard drive had my entire laptop backed up on it. It had all my family court information. It had all my domestic violence evidence on it. And then, of course, my cell phone. I needed my cell phone back. And he just was not cooperating. He wasn't helping me make sure that I had it. And I said, I can't find it. I can't find it. And so he said, you don't want your flight. I'm not taking you anymore. At this point, it was 11:10 when he said that. And my flight departs at noon. And so, no, it was, I'm trying to get the times right. It was cutting it close. And so he was like, get your stuff. I'm not taking you. I'm going to call for another immigration officer to come take you. So I got my stuff out. And he said, you need to go back into the prison. So I went back into the prison administrative office and I sat down. And they were like, I guess you don't want to go home. I guess you want to stay here. I guess you're going to miss your flight. And at this point, I recognized what was going on. They're just basically being abusive. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. I mean, what else can I do? All I can do is continue to be in a prayerful state. All I have to do is like listen and let God give me the signal when it's appropriate to talk or not. And so they went and complained to the prison. Like I guess maybe she was like the second in command of the prison, and she was at the event in the auditorium with the other women prisoners where the missionaries were. She comes out and is like, what's going on? What's going on? Why is she still here? Why isn't she heading to the airport? And this Central Belize prisoner lied on me and made up all these stories claiming that I'm being difficult and I'm self-entitled and I wouldn't get on the truck and it's all my fault. And I looked at her dead in the face and I said, that is not true. I said, you're not being honest. I said, I am complying with the steps that the U.S. Embassy told me to complete. And you guys are not following the rules. You are purposely trying to be abusive and make it difficult. I said, I did not do anything wrong. And the woman who's like third in charge of the entire prison, third in command, stood over me and screamed at me and was like, if you miss your flight, it's your fault and it's not our fault. You did this to yourself. And I just sat there because I recognized it for what it was. I was like, you guys, like, this is pure evil, which is ironic because across the courtyard, are missionaries, and they're talking about saving yourself, being Christ-like, that this is a Christian prison, and we want to help you and redeem you. Well, I'm being verbally assaulted and abused, and there is no reason for it. I am one of the most compliant, pleasant prisoners, and I respect authority. And I'm just doing what I'm told to do. And I'm just trying to make sure that I leave the prison with all of my stuff and I can leave the country safely. So with approximately 45 minutes before my flight departed, these immigration officers came. And all they did was pile in the exact same car that the other immigration officer was in. It was the same immigration officer that drove us. And they were just assholes to me. They were assholes the whole time. It was hilarious. But I just maintained my peace. I know God knows at the end of the day the truth, and that's all that matters.